Let me know if y'all can see me, can hear me. Yay, yay, yay. All right, got my little Christmas trees. Got my little Christmas trees over here. Let's see. Hold on one second. Let me change it so y'all can see my Christmas trees because it's important. It's the holiday season. If you were watching TikTok or YouTube, you saw me post with Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas video when I was out getting dinner before coming back to get ready for this podcast episode. All right, we have a good show planned for you tonight. I already got a little video that needs to go out about Kevin Stefanski setting up the sabotage for the Titans game. We were talking, and I said it. Okay, Kevin Stefanski was being very complimentary of Shedeur earlier, talking about he knew that Shedeur wasn't going to have a problem letting the ball rip, right? And we were talking as members saying, now why all of a sudden is he so positive about Shedeur, one, and two, so confident Shedeur won't have any problem letting it rip, right? This is what he said. And understand this. I said, okay, you have to ask yourself, what has he done to counteract exactly what he said? What has he done? What has he put in place? Did he manipulate the game plan? In other words, are they going to be calling all of these wildcats and quarterback sneaks without the quarterback, right? Are they going to be doing nothing but running the ball with Quinshon Junkins? You know, like we saw one play where they were running the ball with Quinshon Junkins an entire drive. All of the plays were running the ball. Or the O-lineman going to be dirt diving? Now, he's made a change to the O-line, but let me tell you something. The person he removed and the person he left in place when Joel Botanio and what's his name, Jack Conklin, should both be fired, both be off the team, right? Both be benched, because nobody can justify their dirt diving, especially Conklin. And I think when Kevin Stefanski announced today that Conklin is going to be out because he has a concussion. When the hell did he get a concussion? This is what I mean by the Browns need to be investigated for fake injuries. So now the guy who is busted on the viral clip for dirt diving over to the right suddenly has a concussion, so he can't play. He should be benched for fraud, but he can't play. So get this. I showed y'all, right? I showed you the depth chart already. We talked about this. Who's next up behind Conklin? When you look at the depth chart with Conklin, who's second and he's healthy? Cornelius Lucas. But who is it that's replacing Jack Conklin, who was dirt diving? The one, KT Leviston, that's third string. So we're going to bypass second string, $5 million a year, Cornelius Lucas, and we're going to put in KT Leviston, who was moving around and should have been called for a penalty. We're going to put in the guy that play on both sides of the ball, who's third string. This is the sabotage. This is part of it right here, manipulating the O-line. So he benched Batonio because, what's his name? Conklin, because he probably didn't have no choice. But he want to say it's a concussion. When the hell he get a concussion? Because he dived on the ground. We saw that, right? And why he not going to Cornelius Lucas? Because he better than KT Leviston. This is why Stefanski, I'm certain Shedeur will have no problem letting it rip, because I'm going to put in the third string O-lineman. And I'm going to leave Joel Batonio out there to take dirt naps, to be diving into the dirt on the left. Shedeur better look out for them O-linemen to fall on him for some weird, supposedly freak accident where they themselves fall on his legs, his feet, or something to get him injured. Because Kevin Stefanski has proven to y'all, I probably can't sabotage Shedeur directly with my words by being dismissive and acting like we don't want you, we don't value you, but I certainly can manipulate this O-line. And even if you catch me, I'm still not going to bench everybody that's busted, but I'm going to take the one that's the most obvious. And I'm going to leave the ringleader of the O-line. The rest of the players are supposed to take their cues from the leader, Joel Batonio, number 75. They supposed to take their cues from him, and he out here dirt diving. And Stefanski want to leave him in the game. So understand this. This is where the sabotage begins. I don't know what the hell they're going to do with the receivers. But the guy that's over special teams said that Gage is the best guy on special teams, and other people dispute that. Why is it not Isaiah Bond, who's a bigger frame, has more speed, and has hands? Why is it Isaiah Bond? Why is it Gage? Is it because he's smaller? It's because he likely not going to get as far. You see? That's what I mean by the Browns are not putting the team in the best position to win. So because people forced Stefanski's hand and he had to bench Jack Conklin and come up with a fake story about a concussion again, he gonna bypass the second best player and go to the third best player. That's why this man need to be fired. He's not doing what he needs to do to win. He wants to lose. And earlier we talked about how close to the pin the Browns are if they tank this season to getting a third first-round pick. Understand this. The Browns has 2 first-round picks, their own and the Titans. Tanking for a third pick, the first pick overall, they only have a 7 to 14% chance. So they're not throwing and wasting the whole season for a 14% chance. So if they lose, they really less than 15% have the chance to get it. Now, if the Titans lose, they're 66% likely to get the first pick overall, but they just had the first pick last year, right? Now, Vegas has Shedeur Sanders leading the Browns to a win. So what happens if the Browns, everything, all of the odds and analytics and Vegas is like, yeah, the Browns got this one. And Stefanski puts the worst O-lineman out here to fail, underperform, so they can lose. If I'm Vegas, I'm like, look here, we over here doing it the right way. We using stats and everything else. Don't forget, statistics. Analytical models has Shedeur Sanders being an MVP in a few years with the Minnesota Vikings. Don't matter what team. The point is he's good enough to be an MVP. And again, going into this epic battle that everybody want to see, people spending money and time and preparations, and Vegas with the betting saying Shedeur want to win, and Stefanski already undercutting the game by one, benching Wyatt Teller and bringing up Tevin Jenkins, who's not that good. He was drafted initially in the 5th round years ago. Never a starter. He's not that good. And then he's benching Jack Conklin because supposedly he has a concussion after he was dirt diving and busted for it. And also, why he not putting in the second string? He going to the third string. So we going not too good Tevin Jenkins, not too good KT Leviston, who playing on both sides of the ball. We're going to keep Ethan Posick in there. I guarantee you, don't be surprised if they take Ethan out and put in Luke, who's not that good. And then we have Joel Bitonio, who should be benched. But I got to keep him because I got Tevin Jenkins already playing in another spot. You see? So I got Tevin Jenkins, who's not that good. And I have KT Leviston, who's not that good doing double duty. Now, technically, I can use Cornelius Lucas. And then I can have, who is this third string, Zeb? He can step on up, right? Then I can have Luke or Ethan. Then I can have Tevin over there if I go with Zeb over here. And then KT can play over there. And then I have who? Somebody else, right? Whoever that is. I think that's Cam. Yeah, Cam can play and KT don't have to play because Cam played the whole game. So KT can really just stay on to the side, or he could just, if he truly ambidextrous, he can pop over there behind. He can replace Joel if Tevin is needed elsewhere. The point is, why are we bypassing $10 million? Second on the depth chart, clearly not injured, Cornelius Lucas. Look for the O-line to be inefficient. And it will tell you why Kevin Stefanski was so happy to say, yeah, I have no problems that he will let it rip. He is Shedeur. He lying. This person is two-faced and he need to be fired because he manipulating the O-line and restricting players' movements. The media did not ask about Cornelius Lucas one time. And common sense says, why is Cornelius Lucas not playing? KT Leviston, the third string. At what world do you put the third string in over the second string if you're trying to win? You see what I'm saying? You got to look for the sabotage. Kevin Stefanski already on that BS. He already on that BS-ery. This is what I mean. And it's shame because, and he hateful. Let me tell you why. You know how many people looking forward to this game? People are looking forward to this game, and he want to muck it up with a bad O-line. So Shedeur gonna have to get out that pocket and fast. And what's his name? Poe Quinshon. Quinshon gonna have to hurry up and get that ball from Shedeur before he get besieged by the other team, because Stefanski is setting up the O-line to be weak with the third stringers, the not so good, bypassing the second best. And nobody is asking, except for me and Daniel Oyefusei's comments, why isn't he playing Cornelius Lucas? You see? Sabotage. Every single game. And he two-faced it. That's why I said talk is cheap. And Joel Batonio was talking about Shedeur. Yeah, Shedeur did this great. I'm like, talk is cheap. Because we saw you diving on the ground. And you see he left him in there. Because if he didn't leave him in there, who would be on the O-line? Cam, who's black. Tevin Jenkins, who's black, in place of Batonio. Ethan, who's white. And then we move on over to the other side. And we have, is it KT Leviston? Yep, he could play over there. And then Cornelius Lucas. You see? 4 O-linemen that are black and 1 white O-lineman, as opposed to the reverse that just tried to take down Shedeur. Benching Wyatt Teller is unjust. It's manipulation to go to your lesser valued players. Benching Conklin instead of suspending him is protecting Conklin by lying and saying he got a concussion, when in fact you should be bringing up Cornelius Lucas. But you refuse to play Cornelius Lucas. You don't want to go to 4 black O-linemen and 1 white one. BS-ery. Look for the sabotage. It's a shame because Shedeur and Cam should be able to go out here and just play freely, but they can't. Ain't no telling what they got going on over there in Tennessee. It benefits Tennessee to lose the game. Understand that. Understand that. It don't benefit the Browns to lose the game. And Vegas already said they can win. And some people think if they lose the Browns, Kevin Stefanski gonna get fired. But I don't believe that. Because look at how far Haslam has let Stefanski drag down this team into a scandalous franchise. Just filled rotten to the core with scandal. So we excited about the game. We want these two to go out here and play. Of course, they had to minimize the upcoming game because you know how the media is. But as fans, we're celebrating it. We already have what? We already have our live stream scheduled for 1 o'clock on 12:50 p.m., but 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the watch party. So make sure y'all join us. All right, so there y'all know it. The scandalous Browns are Stefanski out here praising Shedeur, but at the same time manipulating the O-line so that it's weakened. So Shedeur can't let it fly, even though he said out of his own mouth he has no problem. Of course, Shedeur will let it fly. He wants to act like we don't know that he's manipulating the O-line. So this came in from Daniel Oyefusei, just in case y'all wanted to see what he said. KT Leviston will start at right tackle for Jack Conklin, which is overlooking the second stringer, Cornelius Lucas, who is out with the concussion protocol, while Tevin Jenkins will start at right guard in place of Wyatt Teller. So what that means is Shedeur better think about his time at Colorado last year when the right tackle and the right guard were consistently weak and run out to his damn left. That's what he's going to have to do, play the Baylor game. Because if not, he going to get sacked. Shedeur has been here before. And Stefanski ought to know that. So that's what Joel Batonio comes in at on the left left of the center. So think about it. When Shedeur played at Colorado, the right side was always the problem. Always the problem. Jordan Seaton was never a problem. Now the right guard, up and down, right? But understand this, Shedeur still found a way to escape. But if Joel Bitonio is taking dirt dives, when Shedeur rolls out to the left to get past Ethan, Bitonio gonna already be on the ground, letting them through, or he gonna fall back on Shedeur. Look for it. Shedeur has been here before with a right weakened O-line. It's the left guard that could also be problematic, or miss snaps by the center. People are calling out Kevin Stefanski for what? Restricting Shedeur's opportunity to pass the ball. Remember, Dylan had 52 snaps in one game. I checked. Shedeur Sanders, the most he's been able to throw the ball is 25 times. What did Dylan do to deserve the opportunity? 52 opportunities, and Shedeur half that, roughly half that. You see the unjustness, the disparity. And once again, with Shedeur out here between Butterfingers over there as a wide receiver and weakening the O-line and keeping your man's Joel Bitonio on the left while you weaken the right, you're making it extremely difficult for Shedeur to score a touchdown. And understand this, not one media outlet or that was at the press conference to ask questions asked about Joel Bitonio dirt diving and Jack Conklin dirt diving. How many people on these big box channels called it out? This is all Stefanski's doing it. And you know how you know? Because he's not even addressing it. He want to act like we didn't see it. But the pressure was so high about Conklin, he had to come up with a concussion. Just wasting a whole season. Stefanski wasted a whole season holding back Shedeur Sanders. And when they were in the hunt to get to the playoffs, he made sure the 49ers won that game and the Browns lost. He was relieved that the Browns lost. Now he gonna go out here and do it again. He don't care if Quishan get injured. He don't care if Shedeur get injured. He just want to lose while Shedeur is the quarterback. Understand this. There is nothing that will make anybody believe that Dylan is better than Shedeur. They both could end up 1-5. And that's probably what's going to happen with all this manipulation. Because that's what he wants to happen. There is nothing that makes anybody believe Dylan is better than Shedeur. And that's how maniacal he is. He's trying to manipulate the process. That I'm going to bring Deshaun back for the last 2 games. I'm going to shorten Shedeur's time. If Shedeur win this game, he probably ain't going to see the field but one more time. And then Deshaun going to come on out. But you know what? That's cool. That's cool. But for Stefanski to sabotage Shedeur and prop up Dylan with all of this documented evidence that Dylan has been given way more opportunities. And not only has Shedeur been restricted, but he's been sabotaged. And Stefanski still have a job. So who really is the reason Stefanski have a job? It's somebody else. Now they say, somebody in the building don't want to see Shedeur succeed. And I think they pretty much trying to talk about Stefanski, but it ain't just Stefanski. Understand this. Vegas, with a Shedeur-led team, said the Browns statistically can win this game by a field goal. Understand that. It is in the best interest of the Titans to lose to get to 66% chance to get the first pick in the draft. The Browns have no chance. The best chance they have is to take the one of the 2 first-round picks they have and trade up. So there's no need to tank. That's my point. There's no need to lose this game. That's my point. So for Stefanski to already be manipulating this game when it doesn't benefit the Browns with a first-round pick, it's just to sabotage Shedeur. So he's not better than Dylan. But he's already better than Dylan. But that's what it is. That's just what it is. So people have asked me, we have talked about this. This piece of artwork, people, I said, shout out to the artist because we know who actually made it, but the guy's logo is right here. ML Football. I used to see them on X. I saw this on Miss Pilar's page, and I know who made it. I just said it was nice, so I shared it. So I'm sharing it again. They did a really good job with showcasing. This is how excited people are for this game. I haven't seen one of these types of graphics for anybody else's game, and maybe they're out there, and I just don't see it. But when people who cover football, and there's a lot of college football, high school football, 32 NFL teams, take the time to do this for two teams with losing records. We don't care about the record. This ain't the Super Bowl, but it feels like it because people want to see Cam versus Shedeur play freely like we wanted to see Shedeur versus Lamar, but they cheated us. They knew he was going to play. They did. They didn't want to advertise it. They didn't want us to talk about it like we're talking about this game. They didn't want it to be highly anticipated like the Raiders game. They didn't. So this game is it. So it tells you every game that Shedeur plays is highly anticipated. So let me ask y'all a question, and I just dropped the poll. Is Shedeur Sanders the franchise QB? Is Shedeur Sanders the franchise QB for the Cleveland Browns? I just asked the question in a poll. Let me see what people are saying. I just dropped it, so I might have to wait. Oh, 45 people checked in the last 35 minutes. It says, let me share it with y'all. Yep, it says, I'll share it with y'all so y'all can see. It keeps moving. Hold on one second. I gotta keep moving it. All right, so let me share. I wasn't planning to share it because I just dropped it. I didn't think people would already respond, but let me share my screen so y'all can see people coming in fast and hot. Now, understand. Don't forget, is it Hanson Dixon? Was that his name? The guy number 29. That y'all say he used to play for the Browns. Remember, he was the first person to call Shedeur Sanders the franchise QB. I'm starting to hear it. So I'm asking y'all, is Shedeur Sanders the franchise QB? And I want you to understand who it is that chooses to see Shedeur's value as the franchise QB and who it is that wants to cover their eyes and not see Shedeur at all. So he cannot be considered the franchise QB. When Hanson Dixon came out and said that Shedeur is the franchise QB, do you know they tried everything to counteract that and basically say that they want to get Mendoza? They never discussed Dante Moore. They don't ever discuss Lenore Sellers. It's either Mendoza or the Manning kid. Have y'all ever noticed that? So here's what's happening. The fan base is becoming divided. The podcasters are out talking the media because Black people are now taken to the airwaves to tell how people truly feel rather than the false narrative. So what you see on your screen right here is the results that I just put this out 35 minutes ago. So I'm gonna come back and check it tomorrow. That says, is Shedeur Sanders the franchise QB for the Cleveland Browns? In less than 35 minutes, 44 people said yes. Only 7% said no. So 93% of people in a very short period of time already believe that Shedeur Sanders is the franchise QB for the Cleveland Browns, and he only won one game. So that tells you that all of those narratives that the media is trying to push, that Shedeur is average, or our franchise QB is not on the roster, or we're going to get Mendoza, or we're going to get the Manny kid, or we're going to get Ty Simpson, or we're going to get Julian Sand, or we're going to get Nussmeier. We're going to get somebody. We're going to get us somebody else because the Browns don't have their franchise QB. Consensus says that's BSery. Shedeur Sanders has already proven he can win. And Kevin Stefanski is still trying to set him up to fail. Shedeur got past Kevin Stefanski's sabotage in the Panthers game. He didn't overcome it in the Rams game because the whole O-line gave up. But guess what happened yesterday to make sure that the whole O-line don't hold him back with the starters? They got busted, going viral. And now Stefanski is going to the weaker players, the lesser talented players. I say this is where Tevin Jenkins and KT Levingston show out. Show them what you made of so you can get traded on rather than let them people use you as a pawn and say you weak. That's what they need to do. Their O-line need to protect Shedeur at every turn. Because you know Joel Batonio likely going to be taking dives again. Because why shouldn't we think so? He didn't mind doing it last week, and he knew he was on camera. So why wouldn't he do it again? Let me know your thoughts. So the question I'm asking y'all is Shedeur Sanders the franchise QB for the Cleveland Browns? Let me know your thoughts. Oh, if y'all want to tell me this too, I'm going to put it on the screen. All right, let me know how many touchdowns y'all think Shedeur is going to get. Let me know how many passing yards. Now, you can answer the question with playing freely, and you can put freely playing, this is what he could do. And if you want to say Stefanski gate, this is what he could do. Let me know what you think. Because when you look at Shedeur's stats, and I had his stats, he does well. He does he does a lot for the little bit that he gets, right? Let me see. And the funny thing is, when you look up their stats, they'll even tell you what the stats were anticipated to be. It's almost like the internet or AI is compensating for Stefanski's sabotage of Shedeur. It says, so I'm going to share this with y'all. We're going to look at this. We're going to look at this, right? All right, let's see. All right, these are their stats. I was taking a look at this earlier. Okay, so as of the current 2025 NFL season, Cam Ward has significantly more playing time and better statistics than Shedeur Sanders. Now let's think about that. You heard me say what? Vegas has the Browns winning. Understand Vegas took this into consideration that Cam has had significantly more playing time than Shedeur. Understand this. Understand this. When they start computing all of these stats and analytics and trying to decide who's going to win, they take into consideration the stats, the playing time, how many reps this person had. They take all of that into consideration. And they still have Shedeur Sanders and the Browns, likely because the Browns also have the number 2 defense in the country or in the league. That's likely part of it, right? So if that's the case, and Cam has had significantly more time, and they say the game gonna go by a field goal, they think Shedeur can do something. Am I right? They think Shedeur can do something. Okay. 138 of us hit the like button. Thank you, everybody. Welcome. So we're just looking at the stats for the game. Okay, here we go. So games played, Cam Ward 12, Shedeur only 3. And honestly, he hadn't even played 3 whole games. He played the second quarter of the Ravens game. He played the whole Raiders game. And he only technically played the first half of the 49ers game because they totally shut him down in the second half. So really, he has played 2 whole games. So the stats are misleading. If you take Shedeur's stats and you divide his passing yards, 405 yards, by the real holistic 2, when you look at the course he has played, 2 whole games, he's actually better than they discussed. That means that Shedeur Sanders gets 200 yards per game, passing yards. So when you're guessing how much Shedeur gets in passing yards, you can't look at the whole game because he didn't play the whole games. You have to look at the fact that he's really played 2 halves of 2 different games, which is 1 whole game plus the Raiders game. So he really can get 200 yards on average. See, that's how stats can be manipulated. If I let Shedeur play in halves of games, he's still going to get calculated as if it's a whole game. And it don't work like that. 7 passing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. How many games did I say he played in? 2. That makes sense, right? 2 whole games, 8, or is it 4? 8 whole quarters. Is it even 8 whole quarters? Yeah, 2 whole games. I think that's 8 quarters. Interceptions, 6 for Cam and 2 for Shedeur. Completion percentage, 59% and 50%. Now, mind you, when you look at his yards and you look at his numbers, you know, you have to go, oh, okay, so he had this many attempts versus this many passing yards. And then the quarterback rating. So Shedeur has technically played 2 games and is already at a 69. And Cam has played 12 games and is at a 75. So when you hear people saying Shedeur just needs time, this is what they're referring to. Anybody with the naked eye can see he's being restricted on the opportunity to throw the ball and get his passing yards up. Everybody can see that. And with more time, common sense says he'll be there, right? But it's about the head coach allowing him the time. So rushing yards, Shedeur with 21 with Cam 123. So they even had their pre-college, performance on here. You don't take somebody like Shedeur who had 37 passing touchdowns and 4,100 yards and basically say they can't throw the ball. The fact that he has 405 yards and he's already halfway to Dylan, just about, with 2 whole games or 8 whole quarters. And I don't even know if it's 8 whole quarters. I feel like it's 6. When you think about it, he's only played 6 quarters. All of the Raiders game and 1/2 of the other games. So what is that? 2 quarters, 2, 4. So 4 plus 4, 8. He's played 8. So he has played 8 quarters, but 2 whole games when you stack it up. So it shows you that this guy is a beast, but they are holding him back. When is somebody going to hold Kevin Stefanski accountable? It's already been proven, right, that they lied about Shedeur Sanders in the draft. That's already been proven. And Daboll has already been fired. So when is somebody going to hold Stefanski accountable for sabotaging Shedeur? Do y'all know that everybody can see Shedeur is being sabotaged? Everybody can see that the players, the leaders of the team are following Kevin Stefanski's orders for sabotage. I don't care if he texted, if he took them out to dinner, if he took them on a golf course and told them what the plan was. The point is they are the leaders of the team. So if they are bought and paid for, then everybody else is expected to follow suit. Understand, there's an imbalance of power with Stefanski up here and the leaders on the team right here. It's not a coincidence that he didn't take Joel out the game because he's a leader on the O-line. It's not a coincidence he has never benched Jerry Jeudy. In all of his underperforming and disrespect, not one time. Jerry Jeudy wasn't fined, nothing. Excuses. Jerry Jeudy bought and paid for. Conklin bought and paid for. Joel Bitonio bought and paid for. And they expect the leaders on defense like Myles Garrett to follow suit. But guess what? Myles keeps speaking up for Shedeur. So now they want to make him the MVP. Way to go, Myles. Way to go, Myles Garrett. So I'm checking his comments to see what y'all are saying about how many touchdowns and how many passing yards y'all think Shedeur gonna get, and you can let me know. You based it on if he can just go out there and play freely or Stefanski gate. Sabotage. So let's check it out. Let's check it out. Somebody said I'm early. In the day said I'm early. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, Roger. Welcome back. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. RD, welcome back. Good evening. Good evening, Sharon. How you doing? Peak. How you doing, Peaky? How you doing? It said hello. Smartest woman in football. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tommy. I appreciate that. Hey, Tina. How you doing? Hey, gang. We're back. Yes, we're back. It felt weird when he said it. What's that, Faith? What's that, Faith? Let me know. It felt weird when he said it about Stefanski talking about Shedeur being having no problem letting the ball rip. Is that what you're talking about? Let me see if I can still find that clip. If I still have it. Tony Grossi basically saying that if Stefanski lose this game, he gonna get fired. Y'all think that's enough reason for him to win? Let me share this interesting stat with y'all. I want to share this with y'all. I find this very, very interesting. I don't know what the person is trying to say. I don't know. Here it is. It says, what are we doing, right? They're saying, what are we doing in terms of the top quarterbacks as rookies? And mind you, they sent this over to that radio station in Cleveland, the 92.3, that's always trying to trash Shedeur, that's also bought and paid for. It said Mahomes had 35 passing attempts, 0 touchdown, and 1 interception as a rookie. Look at Mahomes now. Then we have Josh Allen, 52%, 52.8%, completions, 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 12 games. So he threw an interception a game. And did anybody call him average? And did he just win Lamar Jackson's MVP and get paid $330 million? Yeah. And then we have Lamar Jackson. He only had 7 starts as a rookie. 58% completion, 6 touchdowns. Woo! That's pretty damn good, right? 6 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. So we have, so Lamar and Josh Allen Lamar had a better completion than Josh Allen. And then we have Jared Goff. Jared Goff through 7 starts was 0 and 7. He didn't win nothing. And he's 54% completion, which is about a little bit more than half the time. 5 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. And somebody said, what are we doing here? In other words, they're trying to say Shedeur is average. But look at these guys. Look at these guys. And it should tell you that, if you the person that they don't want to succeed, they're going to gang up on you. They're going to bully you. They're going to harass you. They're going to assassinate your character. They're going to devalue your skill set. Right? But what everybody don't want to admit is that Shedeur, let me let y'all hear this. What everybody doesn't want to admit is that Shedeur is on pace to win something. If Stefanski can get the hell out the way. But they don't want to move Stefanski.
Yeah, he had, that one drive where we were running the ball, I think we had 8 or 9 straight runs, and then he threw that ball to Fannin. I think that was a big time play. Like, you have your chance. You've been running the ball. You take a shot. And he stepped up and made those plays. I think he was taking the easy stuff. We had a lot of screens. It was, windy and stuff. We had a lot of screens and short yardage plays that he was executing. I mean, his huddle presence, his ability to, call the plays and get us on the same page, I think has improved over the last couple of years. So I think last couple of weeks. So it's been
he only really played 2 games.
Yeah, he had that one drive where we were running the ball, I think we had 8 or 9 straight runs, and then
Okay, but did they ask him about his dirt diving? Did they ask him about his dirt diving? Did they ask him about his dirt diving? So, mind you, he was out here diving in the dirt, and he's saying Shedeur's ability to pass the ball and call the huddle and plays over the last few years is correct. He meant he had to think about it. Shedeur hadn't even played that many games. Shedeur already has 400 yards through 8 quarters, which is technically 2 games. Dylan has played 5 or 6 games as a starter, plus he played some other games, and Shedeur is already halfway there in 8 quarters, 2 games. And he's being restricted. So he's restricted with his playing time. He's restricted with the opportunity to throw the ball. and his O-line. Stefanski is weakening the O-line, manipulating the O-line. And players like Batonio get a pass when they should have been asking him about dirt diving. And you see he left Batonio out there. Yep. You see what I'm saying? Kevin believes we the people are blind. Facts. He played 10 quarters and 25 games. Who you talking about, Coach? Let me know. It says Shedeur is a better QB than Cam. Yeah, it said Cam and Shedeur motivate each other. The difference, Cam can play freely. Shedeur has shackles on his feet. Right. So if this game was a free game for both of them, it would be fun to watch. But Stefanski is already manipulating the old to be weak. No telling what the fact that he refuses to bench Jerry Jeudy. Anytime Shedeur throw his way, Shedeur probably holding his breath, and I wouldn't do nothing but give him a check down, and I probably wouldn't give him that. So yeah, that's exactly that. That's exactly that. But yeah, Vegas got the Browns winning. It said, watch the parlays and point the spread. What's the spread supposed to be? I don't even know. I wonder what the spread is actually supposed to be. Thank you, Ramon. How you doing? It says, Shedeur will ball out Sunday. He's going to put up a good stat line. All eyes on JJ on Sunday. Fact, not just JJ. See, this is what I mean. People keep giving the O-line a pass. You can keep one eye on the receivers, Jerry Jeudy, and some say Cedric Tillman. So the receivers, but you got to keep your O-line, your eye on the whole O-line. Because don't forget, when it was Dillon, they protected like Fort Knox. They made that U shape around him. Let's see if they do that for Shedeur. So this is a game that Shedeur can't even take too much stock in because he has to defeat Kevin Stefanski's Sabotage and defeat the other team. And Kevin Stefanski still has a job. That's just utterly disgusting. This is just scandal. Just scandalous. It said, let it rip or make him slip. There you go. There you go. There you go. So Kevin Stefanski talking about he have no problem. He will have no problem letting it rip. He is Shedeur. He is Shedeur. So, you know, it's just one of those things where Stefanski is, it's just a person who just full of it, right? He just full of it. And shout out to Boog for coming out and calling out that in the last game, you know, they want you to think that what's happening is the quarterback fault because we're not smart enough to understand football. Like it's brain surgery. Like, get out of here with that. So let's listen to Stefanski so y'all can hear him from his own mouth, his own lying mouth, his own lying mouth, what he was saying about Shedeur having no problem letting it rip. Yeah, okay. Shedeur better be careful they don't fall on him because that's next. Because the fans get desperate to get Shedeur out of there. To the point where he went and got Deshaun, and he didn't want him out there either. He sure didn't. He didn't want him out there. All right, so here we go. So y'all can listen to Stefanski and we can keep going through the comments.
I think he's doing a nice job of operating the offense, and I know, knowing the person and knowing the player, I have no concerns about him letting it rip, quote unquote. Well, I think he's doing a nice job of operating the offense, and I know, knowing the person and knowing the player, I have no concerns about him letting it rip, quote unquote. Well, I think he's doing a nice job of operating the offense, and
I think he's doing a nice job of operating the offense. Have no problem, you know, he would have no problem letting it rip. He's the lie. And it's funny, he says this while sabotaging the offense, while manipulating the offense, while doing things like this, putting out the third stringers and the less skilled players, the players that they paid the least amount of money. They want to protect Shedeur. And refusing to bench Jerry Jeudy, refusing to bench Joel Batonio, making up excuses for Conklin not being able to play other than benching him for dirt diving. This is so two-faced. This is so two-faced. Like, the leadership in this organization is so two-faced that whenever anybody talks to Shedeur, he can't believe nothing that they saying. Like, he just really can't believe anything that they're saying because they so two-faced. It's just shameful. It's completely shameful. So let me that was it on that. And there are people that are talking about that. Oh, let me show y'all who's injured so y'all can see, because you know how y'all like to see who they have right now, the game status for Sunday. This is important. Let me let y'all see this too. And let's talk about this. I want to see what y'all think about who's questionable and who's out. I feel like I think it always goes back to what Ben Crump said, that they basically trying to punish Shedeur for his greatness. Okay, so here we go. This is who's out on defense. Devin Bush, Mason Graham, well, questionable. Mike Hall, McGuire, Dylan Sampson, number 22, who scored with Shedeur, questionable. So out totally. Conklin, who was dirt diving. Huntington, he was already out. Wyatt Teller, out. The only O-lineman that was actually blocking on the right side, out. Deshaun Watson, out. Now, let me say this. You're going to see Deshaun Watson. The media will have you think, no, you're not going to see Deshaun Watson. That's bullcrap. They already delayed his 21-day window because they didn't want him to come back. But when Shedeur get the nod and Dylan can't come back, let me go get Deshaun. So that's what that is. So let me know what y'all think about who's out, right? Who they have is questionable, who they have is out. The O-line being manipulated, Jerry Jeudy still playing, not being benched. It's that the Browns have to lose since they so-called rebuilding. Once Shedeur lose, they will bring in Watson. Okay, that's interesting. That's an interesting point. So because they've been rebuilding since 2020, and Haslam said this previous September with Shedeur on the ground, that they're gonna be rebuilding for 3 years, which is we don't want Shedeur. That's what that means. We don't value Dylan, and Shedeur is not our franchise quarterback, but the fans are saying different. So what you're looking at is who said that? Niceville. I hope I said it right. It's saying that the Browns have to lose since they are so-called rebuilding, but Stefanski has to improve his record over last year. So Stefanski's record last year was 3-14. What is the Browns' record right now? Let's see. The Browns are, here we go. The Browns are 3-9. So here's the thing. They have to win another game. Haslam said, according to what I was told, Haslam told basically Stefanski that the reason Dylan couldn't play anymore is because winning is the goal. And Haslam said on camera, they have to do better than 3 games. So it's Stefanski comfort level to letting him rip is I'm going to let Shedeur play freely so he can help me keep my job and I win 4 games. But while ain't nobody paying attention, I'm weakening the O-line so he can't completely ball out. It's going to be tougher to get a touchdown. Because why? He's only won 3 games. And Tony Grossi said this is a must-win game for Stefanski. So what do y'all think about that? This is a must-win game for Stefanski. He said he don't see any problem. Shedeur should be able to let it rip. Too much energy to be mean and devious. Totally agree. He did the same thing with the 49ers. Facts. Manipulated the O-line. Took out Jack Conklin and took out Ethan Posick, the center. Took out Wyatt Teller. So he tested it last week. And left in the dirt divers. And what happened? So see, you know what it tells you? He doesn't want to win, but he doesn't want to put Wyatt Teller and Ethan in a situation where people will say they're trash. So he takes them out the game and let the dirt divers do the work, thinking people wouldn't say anything. And kinda it's working because only one of the dirt divers is out. And his way of get back is not putting in Cornelius Lucas, the second best player. He puts in the third. You see how petty and spiteful he is? So y'all gonna force my hand with this viral clip and I gotta take Conklin out, but I'm not gonna say it's because he in trouble. I'ma lie and say he has a concussion. And then I'm not playing Cornelius Lucas, who could help Shedeur win. I'm gonna play the third stringer, KT Leviston. Now, if I'm KT, I don't appreciate you using me like that. So I'm gonna ball out for Shedeur. Let's see what happens. See, if I take a third stringer and I put him in this situation, he might be eager to please the coach and let Shedeur down. Because I want to keep my job, right? So you see how he protecting the white players, exploiting the black, lesser talented, lesser paid players, protecting the white players who got guarantees, while likely exploiting the players who are desperate to hold on and be asked to come back. You see, that's what he did with the Goon Squad. And he cut every last one of them except for one of them before lunch the next day. Evil. 229 of us hit the like button. Thank you. Stefanski evil for that. It said, I think the third string is going to perform better than Kevin thinks because they see what's happening. Kevin is filled with hate. I agree. But hopefully the third string not desperate enough to go along with Stefanski because he want to keep his contract like the Goon Squad and still get dismissed like the Goon Squad from the Rams game. Understand that. It's that Shedeur will put the okie dokie on them this time. Watch. Right. I have no doubt that Shedeur is going to find a way. But what I wanted, because he's found a way twice, what I wanted was a free and clear game with these two guys playing. That's what we all wanted. I didn't want Shedeur to have to overcome Stefanski, the manipulation, the sabotage, the cheating. I didn't want him. He shouldn't have to do that. These guys are being paid millions to lose and cheat their own quarterback. Why? Because that's what Stefanski wants. And they feel like he has so much power that they'll do what he says. It's an imbalance of power. So hopefully KT Leviston, sir, we're going to need you to ball out. And you're going to want to ball out so another team see you ball out and you get out of there. Staying there and doing what Stefanski wants you to do, which is throw the game, to stay there and deal with that, you don't want that. Go ball out, sir. Go ball out, sir, because we will talk you up. It said the NFL rebuilds involves trading key players for draft picks, acquiring new talent through the draft or free agency, and overhauling leadership. Take 2 to 4 years, so they tanking the game. Yep, that's facts. That's facts. It said if Tom Brady gets touched, the receivers were in so much trouble. It says Shedeur needs more protection. Stefanski should be ashamed of himself, or either he's betting and Jerry Jeudy is shaving points. Right. When Jerry Jeudy started skipping to my Lou and all of these other things, people said what? That he was shaving points. People thought he and Stefanski was betting. So now that you see the dirt divers, are they all betting? Or no, they trying to throw the game. It's not a coincidence the leaders of the team are doing this to the satisfaction of the head coach, who refuses to hold any of them accountable. For those of y'all that's calling local news stations for them to go investigate, keep calling. You know how the news station have investigative reporters? Keep calling. Keep calling. Because that's what they not expecting. So shout out to y'all for that. It says scandalous activities are being displayed. Right. And they have no shame, not concerned about the consequences, or they think they can outdo the consequences, like the viral clip going around. Stefanski is essentially saying, y'all wasting y'all time. I got to take out the guy that I want to set up Shedeur. I'm going to put in somebody that can't protect Shedeur. That's what he's saying. That's what it is. He don't care. Yep, he's narcissistic. It does appear to be he is narcissistic. It says, sis, how many O-linemen are going to take the dirt dive this week? That's what we should be betting on. Hell, that's what we should be betting on. Who y'all think gonna sell out this week? Which wide receivers gonna sell out this week? Is it gonna be Jerry Jeudy? Cedric Tillman? Is Jerome Ford gonna join the party? Is it going to be Batonio? Is it going to be KT Leviston because he not that good supposedly? You know what I mean? Who is it going to be? Is it gonna be Ethan, the center, or is it gonna be Luke, the second string center? Because here's the thing. At one time or another, through the 8 quarters Shedeur has played, through 3 games in 8 quarters, understand this. Everybody done had a turn. When we watched the Shedeur files, they were talking about how everybody has blown passes, right? So for Jerry Jeudy to get upset, what the hell you upset for when none of y'all can make this catch, right? And people are saying why they didn't get no O-lineman, because they didn't want to win. They didn't want to win. That's why they got Dillon. That's exactly why they got Dillon. It said, in Kevin Stefanski's mind, black quarterbacks aren't worthy enough to be protected. Facts, because he don't want you to do that no way, right? I wanted to lose, but not with a black quarterback, because you're not good enough to be quarterback. You're not worthy enough to be a black quarterback. So I'm going to lose with this brown dude over here. Right. But when he do this to Ty Sampson? And people like to say he sabotaged Baker Mayfield. I said, and where's Baker Mayfield? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. He was allowed to leave. Flacco allowed to leave. Hell, is that the only white quarterbacks they have had since 2021? I don't know. I think maybe Baker Mayfield, Flacco. Who else was it? Mondo or somebody? It says, Shedeur, keep your head on that swivel. I know that's right. It said, this is Marlon Briscoe, 12 from Denver, all over again. Yup, Marlon Briscoe, 1968. Facts. And we've talked about him numerous times. Did Marlon Briscoe wear number 12? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Because essentially, what I've said is that the Browns have treated Shedeur like he is Marlon Briscoe. Remember what they said. We know you're good. We know you're good. We know you're going to outproduce your draft stock. We just don't want you to be our quarterback. So understand that. That's already been discussed. I'm trying to see if I still have that clip right fast to play. Here it is right here. Let's play this. I like to revisit this every now and then because you could just hear the lies coming through the microphone now that time has passed.
Style of play. Again, I can't speak to how others view it.
Without divulging maybe too much of the conversations, when you did call him to tell him that you were picking him, just what was the message to him and what was maybe his message to you guys? Because I'm sure, again, it was a disappointing slide from somebody who expected to get picked early first round.
I think our message to him, it's really all this. It's like, look, got to come in and work, and you got to come in and compete. That's the message. Nothing's given. Given the nature of the weekend for her,
you have to come in, you have to work. You have to compete. Shedeur came in, he did the work, he competed, he won the competition multiple times, and he still got robbed. This video right here tells you Andrew Berry don't have no power. He don't have no power. He can't even put Stefanski in line at all. And he the GM of the whole damn team.
Relative to, let's say, external expectation versus what happened. We did tell him that it really doesn't matter where you picked. It's what you do from that point forward. Because that's a reality for all the guys that we...
Now, was that true? It really doesn't matter where you were picked. How many times did we hear Shedeur was only a 5th round pick? Again, Andrew Berry does not have any power. The Kevin Stefanski has undermined Andrew Berry. Am I not mistaken? Isn't Andrew Berry the top dog? The general manager? And Stefanski is underneath him in terms of the hierarchy? Isn't that how it worked? Let me know, because that's what I think.
That we selected this weekend. In terms of his reaction, I just say it was probably a mixture of gratitude, relief, and determination. That would probably be the best way to characterize it. But he's certainly ready to go.
Andrew, because you guys were
so basically, Andrew Berry don't have no power. That's what this is. Andrew Berry can't even protect Shedeur, right? Think about everything Andrew Berry just said. You have to come in, you have to work. Imagine being Shedeur and you're hearing Andrew Berry say, where you get drafted doesn't matter. You have to come in and do the work and compete. I came in, I did the work and compete. Anybody in another corporate job that is held accountable to federal workplace rules and regulations would be like, okay, y'all discriminating against me because y'all said it didn't matter where I got picked. And y'all don't give me no reps with the team, even when Dillon gets to QB1. You don't let me get ready like you let him get ready. And then you say all I had to do was come in, do the work, and compete. Not only did I come in and do the work and competed, I won. And y'all still didn't give me the opportunity that I won. So that's why I always go back to people need to understand this. Shedeur Sanders worked for his moment. He earned his respect. Yet the louder he rises, the louder the criticism grows. Remember how crazy they went over some damn speeding tickets? And of all the players and the people that work in Berea for the Browns, you only heard about Shedeur's speeding ticket and Myles Garrett after Myles Garrett told Shedeur, you know we're going to need you. Nobody else, we have to assume, has gotten a speeding ticket, because you would think we would have heard about it. It said, that is how this country treats young Black excellence. They want us to sit by while they destroy young Black excellence in Shedeur Sanders over there in Cleveland. Hell to the no. It said, we celebrate it in theory only. You have to come in, you have to work, you have to compete. Nothing will be given. Everything is earned. And even when you earn it, they get punished in real life. I should put this on a t-shirt because it's the truth. Young Black men get punished no matter how good they do. Oh, we don't want you to wear stitch braids. Oh, we don't like the way you talk. Oh, we don't like the way you walk. Oh, we don't like the way you chew. Oh, we don't like the fact that you're famous. Oh, we don't like the fact that you're rich. Oh, we don't like the fact that you're the best quarterback coming out of college. What they really want to say is what they told Marlon Briscoe. We don't want you to be our quarterback because you're Black. But they can't, because this is not 1968. But Stefanski acts like it is all spring and summer long. And when he became a legal liability, he want to switch up his verbiage, but not his actions, like we can't see. Or even if we see it, we're not going to do nothing about it. And if we decide to do something about it, he's not going to face no consequences. And if he does face consequences, he can overcome them. Okay? It's just more to come. More to be revealed. That's all. That's all that means. It's just more for us to see, more for us to find out. Because we didn't expect to find out that the O-line was dirt diving. Now you have to go back and ask the question, how was the O-line treating Deshaun Watson in 2024? How was the O-line treating Jameis Winston in 2024? How was the O-line treating Dorian Thompson-Robinson when he played? How was the O-line treating PJ Walker when he played? See, from what I can see, since the Browns started rebuilding right after George Floyd died and the NFL apologized for not listening to NFL players, Haslam started rebuilding and drafting or trading to destroy Black quarterbacks. He went from white quarterbacks to Black quarterbacks that everybody have discarded, but they go elsewhere and they bow out. And the difference between Baker Mayfield and Shedeur, you don't see a concerted effort by the national media, by local media to devalue him. He asked to leave and was allowed to leave. Deshaun asked to leave. And what happened? You see? And the other Black quarterbacks that asked to be traded, career suicide. So who knows if they were the ones to break into Shedeur's house so they could get something on him. So when he does do well, they'll, I guess you could say, extort him so he doesn't ask to leave. And when he does, he'll be like Deshaun. So Ben Crump is correct. Shedeur earned it. Andrew Berry proved he don't have no power. They just let him use his melanin to draft high the white talent and devalue the black talent. The only way he can compensate black talent is if they're already there, like Myles Garrett. But then they have to be servants. And then the other guy that was injured when they gave him a contract extension, I think $33 million, he gonna have to be a servant too. They never get paid well, compensated to be free, to speak their mind and look for accountability. You got to shut up and dribble if they pay you. And if they underpay you, you have no options. You just got to, if they want to draft to destroy you or trade to destroy you like Deshaun and Shedeur, that's what they're going to do. And they're going to prioritize a lesser talented person like Dylan over you and rub it in your face. You might have talent, but we don't want you. We don't value you, Deshaun, Shedeur, Jameis Winston, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, P.J. Walker, Tyrod Taylor, RG3, Jacoby Brissett, Deshaun Kaiser. I'm going to put all their names on a damn T-shirt. Just shameful. Just shameful. So let me see what y'all saying. Thank you so much for it said, well, fortunately, the Browns are allowed to win this game since the Titans are going nowhere. So it may go well for Shedeur. It could. And don't forget, you can win, you can lose, or you can tie the game. You can tie the game. So understand, the Cowboys and the Packers played a game early on in the season, and they tied that game. So that game could come back to haunt either one of them. Right now, the Eagles are in first place with, we're going to take a look at this together. I'm going to show y'all this together, the standings, so you can kind of see where everybody is right now. Yeah, Andrew Berry don't have no power. It's a shame because he's the GM. Jerry Jones is his own GM. So that tell you the position is powerful. They have stripped Andrew Berry of his power. They have made him a go fetch. That's it. A Harvard-educated go fetch. Isn't that something? And when they said that Andrew Berry could get Mike Podesta job or Paul Podesta job, they quickly came out and said, we're not going to fill that position. Oh, that's corporate speak. So we don't want you with the job. That's exactly what that means. When they want to block you, oh, they're going to block you. They are going to block you. All right, so here we go. So y'all can see. All right. Remember I said there was a tie game. So let's see how they're doing with the tie game. All right. So I'm over here to the left, guys. I'm over here to the left. Okay, let me turn the music back up so we can vibe a little bit too. We can do two things at once. We can walk and chew gum, right? Okay. All right. So here we go. All right. So we have the NFC. We have the Eagles 8-4. So they losing games apparently. Then we have the Cowboys 6-6. Now notice there's win, lose, and tie. The Cowboys tied with somebody, but the Commanders so far behind, it's not gonna matter right here. And then the Giants are 2-11. Why they not talking about that? In Jackson Dart, the quarterback, they have won 2 games. You think they want Shedeur to win 3 games? If Shedeur win more games than Jackson Dart, you know what the conversation is going to be. Understand that. So then we go on to the NFC North. Now, the Green Bay Packers tied with the Cowboys. So the Bears are 9-3. The Packers are 8-3. Now, if the Packers had won that game instead of tied, they would be tied with the Bears for the division. You see how the tie game can work against you? Technically, they took a game from them. The Lions are 8-5. But they look like they lost more away games. So that's why they are in 3rd place. And that tie could cost the Packers. And then there's the Vikings, 4-8. And that's where they need to send Stefanski because he used to work there. So send him back over there but I say he personally need to be sent home or to jail. Honestly, I think he need to go to jail because his behavior is criminal. So Stefanski used to work for the Vikings with Pat Schumer from Colorado. Somebody said it's a good week. Pat Schumer got fired and Coach Prime got somebody else. And they said over in Cleveland, I don't know. I didn't see no good coming out of Cleveland yet because Stefanski still worked there. So let's move on to the NFC South. So here we go. Baker Mayfield used to play for Cleveland and he wanted out and he got the hell out. 7-5. And they probably started all of that dust with Baker Mayfield because it appears that Deshaun's contract for $230 million guaranteed was quid pro quo. You do something for me, I do something for you. You take Deshaun's contract, you'll get a new stadium. Is that not what's happening? People ask, how the hell you get a new stadium and y'all not good? Quid pro quo, also illegal. Panthers 7-6. So the Panthers actually have lost more home games, but they got a few games left, so they could one up the Buccaneers. Buccaneers have a black head coach. It could happen. It could happen. Remember, this is the team Shiloh used to play for, and I told you they was gonna come back for the head coach, just like they coming for Mike Tomlin. Pay attention. Pay attention. The Falcons 4-8. They got exactly what they wanted to lose. And the Saints, they got what they wanted to lose. I'm hearing people saying Tyler Shaw praises, and these people have only won 2 games. What the hell are we doing? And I know Spencer Rattler won one of them. So I don't know. I'm not paying attention to them. And the NFC East, the Rams. So we got the Rams, who they want to come out and go to the Super Bowl at 9-3. The Seahawks also 9-3. So these two, between the Rams and the Seahawks, it should be interesting. The 49ers are 9-4. But the other two teams have a better home record. So the 49ers are still in 3rd place. So them beating the Browns really didn't even help. The Cardinals right where they want them, at the bottom. So, okay, over here in the NFC, you're talking the Rams, possibly the Bucks or the Panthers, the Packers, the Bears for right now, and then the Eagles, right? So black quarterback, no black quarterback. It could have been Michael Penix Jr., but they made sure that didn't happen. And then over here, the black quarterback's at the bottom. So 2 black quarterbacks versus 2 white quarterbacks. And yes, that's how they look at it. Don't be surprised. That's how they look at it. And then let's go over here to the AFC. We have the Patriots, 11-2. Drake May. Have no idea how on earth Drake May winning all these games, and he one of the most sacked quarterbacks out here. Because Cam Ward is the most sacked quarterback out here, and you see he at the bottom. So I don't know how that worked. I don't know how that worked, right? It normally means you're not good, but they are 11-2, and then the Bills 8-4. So it tells you the clear person coming out of here at this stage of the game is the Patriots. And it's what, 4 games left, five games left, I think. After this week, it'll be 4. And then we have the Ravens and the Steelers. So y'all see the Ravens keep getting back on top. You see the Ravens keep getting it done. And they don't want that. Every time the Ravens get to the front, they want to fire Mike Tomlin. I'm like, how the hell are you going to fire Mike Tomlin when you should have drafted Shedeur Sanders, number 21? And then you would probably be in first place, or maybe you'd have to fight Lamar for it, but that's what you're doing anyway. But getting Aaron Rodgers definitely didn't help you. But people said, why are they forcing Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers? And you know what the consensus was? So that Mike Tomlin could get fired. Who is it they trying to fire? Mike Tomlin. So they didn't care about winning or losing. They care about Aaron Rodgers coming to disrupt things so they could have a narrative to fire the black head coach. Blame the black guy, Mike Tomlin. And you see the Ravens keep getting to the top anyway. They don't want Shedeur to be in better than the Bengals. No. Now, mind you, they need to win another game for Stefanski to supposedly stay out of hot water. There's no way you can justify Stefanski being a head coach for another year after this one when he's won 6 games in 2 years. They trying to fire Mike Tomlin, and he's never had a losing season in 17 years. The complexion for the protection. Whites own country club. That's what they want to be. Over here in the AFC North. And then we have the AFC South. The Jaguars made it all the way to the top with Travis Hunter injured, unfortunately. I hate that he's injured. The Colts are tied with them after they stole Anthony Richardson's job and got him hurt. Matter of fact, they fell. The O-line fell on Anthony Richardson and hurt his hand. Dislocated his pinky. His own O-line should do a heads up. So somebody else could take his job, Daniel Jones. Now, they probably could have won. Because if you could win with Daniel Jones, you should have been able to win with a first-round pick in Anthony Richardson. And if you couldn't, because you didn't want to, just like the Falcons do not want to go anywhere with Michael Penix Jr. I have said that so many times. I think they finally listening. Then we have the Titans. Cam has won one game. First round pick. Let me tell you what they're going to do with Cam. They're talking about sending Stefanski over there so they could mess up the next few years that they paying him all that money. In other words, we had to pay you, but we don't have to let you win. Just like with Shedeur, we might have to play you, but we don't have to let you win. That's how they get back. That's how they get back what they never wanted you to have. They never wanted you to be the number one pick overall. I just had to get you so people wouldn't think we were racist because we knew what we was going to do to Shedeur. It's premeditated. So we couldn't cheat you and Shedeur, the number one and number two pick overall. So we had to draw straws. So we decided to make Coach Prime the scapegoat and we let you get drafted. But then they started making his life hell when he got to Tennessee. And just like Shedeur when he got to Cleveland. So everything else over there aligned. And even Callahan, before he got fired, was trying to bench Cam, but couldn't justify it to go to the guy that lost last year because he's white. And now they want to send Stefanski over there. Cam has been sacked 48 times. 48. Talk about respect. Texans, 7-5. CJ Stroud, I hope when his contract up, he out. Titans, 1-11. So, Cam has lost 7 straight. Vegas said they're going to lose 8. You tell me why you think it is that Stefanski is so believing that Shedeur will be able to let it rip when he's been restricting him the whole way and making it more difficult in this game by weakening the O-line. It was already weak anyway, making it worse. So we got the Broncos, the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Raiders. You see what they did to Pat Mahomes this year. They made it difficult for him. And the Broncos, Bo Nix, 10-2. So you got Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence, Lamar Jackson, and the Patriots. Now, here's the play, okay? I'm pretty sure you would think that it's going to be the Patriots, right? But don't they have some kind of conference game they have to play? And chances are, if Lamar end up in it, they're going to cheat him. But maybe it's going to be the Broncos versus the Patriots. And then they get their 2 white quarterbacks. So, and remember, on the other side, out of the 4 quarterbacks, it's only 2 that are black. Now, last year, they were on the cusp. See, last year was historic. They were getting ready to have, between the AFC and NFC, 4 black quarterbacks. But see, they made sure that didn't happen this year. So you only have 2, and there's no guarantee those 2, meaning Jalen Hurts and Caleb Williams, will emerge. But they should. They should. Rams are 9-3. Bucks 7. Let's see who got the better record. It should be the Eagles and the Bears. One of these 2 should be able to come out, right? One of these 2. And for people that don't know, every last team in the NFC East, except for the Giants, but when the season started, all of these quarterbacks were black. And all of their backups, whether they were the 2 or the 3, were black. So this is the conference they stack all the elite black talent so they can't all come out in different divisions. So what's happening in Cleveland is happening to a lot of people, but we see it. We see it because 10 million strong coming in with Shedeur, and it's going to be even more This game is highly anticipated, and the Browns are in last place, and the Titans are in last place. But everybody wants to see this game. Understand, this is what they did not want. They did not want Shedeur to be the attraction that everybody is interested in seeing play this year. And that's exactly what he has emerged as. Antonio Pierce to the Browns for Shedeur. That'll be interesting. Shedeur, protect yourself at all times. I totally agree. Totally agree. Totally agree. It says Stefanski stopped stabbing Shedeur in his back and pulled the knife halfway out and say we're making progress. Yup. That's what he gonna do. That's what he gonna do. That's what he gonna do. That's facts. That's really it. It's like it's double talk, right? We're acting like, you know, we like Shedeur, but the reality is we don't want you to win. So we're posturing. That's called posturing. We're posturing. And why are we posturing? Because Stefanski has made himself a legal liability. Fans started to boycott. The pressure started to get high. So I need you to talk nicely. I don't need you to do nothing different, but I need you to talk nicely. And he's not being held accountable for this. And this is a scandal because this is happening on the clock. You're talking about people gambling off the clock in their private time. That's between them and the police. But Stefanski is sabotaging and fixing and rigging Browns games when his job is to put the team in position to win. He's actually putting the team in position to lose. And they already have 2 first-round picks. And they're not anywhere near the percentage to get a 3rd pick with the 1st pick overall. They're nowhere near that. So it's not about tanking. It's about ensuring that Shedeur Sanders is not victorious and has a successful set of games. Yeah, that's it. Good evening, good evening, good evening. That's it, guys. That's really it. That's just really it. It says, let it rip or make him slip. Facts. I think the 3rd string is going to perform better than Kevin thinks. I hope so. I totally hope so. Scandalous activities. Facts. It said, in Kevin's mind, black QBs aren't worthy to be protected all day. That's really his problem. People don't want to admit it. Shedeur, keep your head on the swivel. That's facts. Keep your head on the swivel. This is facts. It said 92.3 was wondering why Shedeur Sanders fans aren't attending the games since he's playing, perhaps snow and freezing weather. They talking about Shedeur Sanders fans. I'm like, I thought Browns fans who come to the games are not Shedeur Sanders fans. Go looking at your own fans. The one thing they do not want to admit is that the Browns fans are staying home. They don't want to admit that. The diehards that you see there, they gonna be there. But you saw how sparse the top was, and I don't know what this game gonna look like. I don't know if people want to spend the money or spend the time for something they watch Kevin Stefanski rig. I don't know. Things that continue to make you go, facts. Totally facts. It says Shedeur's father is primetime, a 2-time Super Bowl champion and a Hall of Fame athlete. Dylan can't even handle a press conference. Facts. This is beautiful. Yep, with two friends playing. How are ticket sales for the game? Let's see how many tickets are left. Let's see. Maybe we can find out how many tickets are left or of unsold. You say unsold. For Titans versus Browns. I wonder if any Titans fans are traveling for this game. Let's see if it say. It said it's not really sure yet. It says it is not possible to determine the exact number of unsold tickets for the Titans versus Browns game, as official real-time raw sale data is not publicly available or released by the NFL or the teams. Instead, ticket sales are managed through official partners and secondary marketplaces where availability changes constantly. So it says we don't really know. It said the game is Sunday. You can get tickets. Let me see if I can check and see. It's funny. I'm pretty sure I have checked this before, but they saying it's not available this Sunday. Let me see. Just looking with the eye. Let's see. Do y'all think Titans fans, any Titans fans in the chat, any Titans fans kind of have an idea if Titans fans are going to show up for the game? let's see. Loading ticket prices. You can get tickets for $42. That's verified tickets. So yeah, it's a lot of blue. Only one area, like some suites probably on the Brown side and some suites on the Titans side. Oh yeah, tickets are cheap. Nosebleed tickets cost $60. Club seats, you can get club seats for $356 or suites or something like that. And then when you go, nobody's sitting by the end zone. And nobody apparently has them tickets. They $300. Nobody has their tickets. You can get tickets. There's one section you can get tickets for $61 near the 50-yard line or the 30-yard line. The 30-yard line, you can get tickets for $49. You can get $49 tickets on section, what is that? Section 514, row 23. That's field level. That says a lot. That says a lot. You can get nosebleed seats for $12. There are 100 tickets for $12 that are nosebleed. That's crazy. Yeah, they not feeling it. They not feeling it. It ain't got no, don't put that on Shedeur Sanders fans, because y'all swear before Jesus we were not Shedeur Sanders fans. So that's Browns fans. Keep compartmentalizing. That's what y'all wanted to do. Keep compartmentalizing. So there you go. You can get 100 tickets for $12 each. It says Shedeur Sanders 12 is filling seats and gets huge ratings. Right. It says Shedeur is the franchise QB if he has a crazy game this month. Okay, coach, we'll take it. It's that question. Who really runs the NFL? It said back in the day, boxing was fixed a lot of the time. This is a rabbit hole that runs deep. It said this is getting curious, sir. Okay, that's a good question. I don't know. But boxing was fixed. A lot of people saying it's rigged. Kevin Stefanski will play himself if the players show up for Shedeur. Yep, I totally agree. Franchise football. It said freely playing. If Shedeur can play freely, Nicefield said 3 touchdowns. Stefanski gate, no touchdowns, all Wildcats. Okay, so here we go. If Shedeur plays freely, he'll get 3 touchdowns. With Stefanski gate in place, and Stefanski's already manipulating the O-line and probably got Jerry Jeudy and some of the other veterans on point, Shedeur won't get any touchdowns. It'll be all Wildcats. So they'll take Shedeur out the game. Exactly. Even AI knows how good Shedeur played. Yeah, AI has Shedeur as a future MVP because he's good. It said, Faith said, freely playing, Shedeur can do 3 touchdowns. 1 with him running it in. Stefanski bound. So if Stefanski gate intact, it says Shedeur will get 1 touchdown passing. Okay. So he'll be able to get off only 1 before the O-line just conk out. Got you. Okay. And since we know Stefanski is already manipulating the O-line before the game starts, I'm not sure. Or it said this way, Shedeur's going to have to do something extra to get a touchdown this time. Because normally he plays, just they be out there playing. Then after he scores, they lock everything down. But the way Stefanski is setting up and manipulating the O-line, it's like he going to manipulate the O-line from the start of the game with the moves that he's made. It's that Vegas wants everybody to bet on the Browns so they'll lose money. Oh, okay. Because the Browns are expected to win. But see, here's the question, right? I don't know how it's going to work for Stefanski if he can't win his 4th game. You have only won 6 games in 2 years. I guess it's going to work perfectly fine because he has the backing of you know who. Coach said, let's see what Coach talking about. Coach said, Shedeur going to get 230 yards for 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 1 sack if he plays freely. That's what you're saying, Coach. Myles Garrett will meet or exceed 4 sacks. Okay, so you think Myles going to beat the record here. Okay, hit the like button. Yes, take a moment. Just take a moment. 243 of us. Take a moment and just hit the like button. Thank you so much, please, and thank you. It said, yes, Myles will hit the record. Okay, so people are betting Myles is going to hit the record in this game, and they're probably going to make it all about that, right? Okay, I could see them making it about Miles and locking down Shedeur. And maybe the defense wins the game because Titans are not that good. I could see it going that way. And they're going to say, oh, Shedeur managed the game good, blah, 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 blah. Why they trying to hurt his stats at the same time? Playing freely, Shedeur will have over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. Oh, okay. Okay, Destiny. Okay. Thank you, Destiny. Okay. So if Shedeur plays freely, he going to ball out. Myles Garrett going to break the record. It should be a wonderful game at home. But then there's Stefanski. So Myles Garrett going to break the record regardless. They want him to get that. They want him to get the shine. It's funny how they really think that Shedeur care about whether people discuss him the most or Myles Garrett. Shedeur don't care about that. They care about that. That's what they care about. We don't want him to be the face of the team. So let's make it Myles Garrett. And when Myles Garrett starts speaking up for Shedeur, then they start trashing him. Then he had to change up his verbiage to say he plays on defense, so he don't know nothing about what's going on offense. Like he's stupid. And then the next thing you know, he started getting all this attention. And now they want him to be MVP. So I'm like, y'all trying to curry favor with Myles Garrett so he won't speak up on behalf of Shedeur. Because after the Ravens game, Myles Garrett went in the locker room and spoke up on behalf of Shedeur. He said, I'm not going to let him put all of this on his shoulders. This is not on him. Why would it be? I mean, honestly, why would it have been? When you look at Shedeur's reps per game, you can see that Stefanski has Shedeur handcuffed. I'm not saying on the leash because he's not a dog, but I'm saying handcuffed because he treating him like he's some kind of thug that needs to be arrested or something like that. When I look at the Panthers versus the Browns in the preseason, when you look at the stats, remember Shedeur didn't get into that game until Dillon got hurt. They let Huntley play too. Shedeur had 23 reps. So they have never, and Shedeur had with 23 reps, he had 2 touchdowns with 23 reps. And he was sacked twice. So the O-line was problematic in that game. And I remember distinctly the play calling was weaponized against Shedeur because Stefanski called a 4th and 1 play and wanted Shedeur to pass it. Of course, why wouldn't you just give it to the running back? But Shedeur still balled out and had 2 touchdowns in this game. I would like him to have a Panthers-like game minus the sabotage, but Stefanski is already called in the sabotage. So they don't want him to ball out. That's why I asked y'all that question that way. 2 touchdowns for Shedeur, for them, is too much. And then, hell, they don't even want him to get 1 now. It said the defense should get 7 points and Shedeur should get 21. Ooh, I like that. Okay, I'm going to save that. Okay. It said, yes, franchise. Shedeur is a franchise QB. Okay, you answered the question. Yes. 185 to 197 yards. 3 touchdowns. Will be the same type of plays being called. Okay, so you think they still going to call the same type of plays. Shedeur just going to make something happen. Okay. All right, I got that. Let me see how many yards he threw for in the Panthers game. Shedeur Sanders threw for 138 yards. So he still hasn't had, you see how he does the most with the least? Right? He does the most with having the least amount of opportunities. He's only thrown for 25 reps in any game he's played. Dillon threw for 52 reps in 1 game. And Stefanski still has a job. That's the part that's getting me. Stefanski hasn't been fired yet? How has he not been fired yet? With Jerry Jeudy getting busted. With Joel Bitonio and Jack Conklin getting busted. Stefanski getting busted himself for this being dismissive of Shedeur, for holding Shedeur back, the sabotage. And they wanted to say Shedeur absolved Stefanski. No, he didn't. And the next thing you know, the players he's working with start getting busted. And Stefanski still have a job. That is very perplexing. It is very telling that Stefanski still has a job. I'm just going to go on and say it. It is very, very interesting that the Stefanski still has a job because obviously Andrew Berry can't fire him. And obviously Haslam does not want to fire him despite the damage being done to this team. And when I tell you that is a huge sign that Stefanski is doing what Haslam wants him to, and likely the other owners, because they took Shedeur off the board. And that is how I keep telling y'all, Haslam gonna be forced to sell this team, because it's gonna catch up to Haslam. It will catch up to him. See, they think they're gonna get away with it. Nope, it's gonna catch up to you, because they did not eventually catch up to Dabal. They did not eventually catch up to Callahan. Yes. So it will eventually catch up to Kevin Stefanski. It will eventually catch up to Haslam. The way things are today, they may not be tomorrow. And they refuse to believe that. They refuse to accept that. So people talking about fire Stefanski, but honestly, this is really what it is. All right, so we're going to end on this note. I'm going to go through the rest of the comments, and we're getting ready to wrap it up. Let's see. Okay, making sure everything is well. All right. Let me see what else y'all saying. So it's fire Haslam. It is. And with the players with $12 tickets, and they talking about Shedeur Sanders fans, y'all be sure to remind them. They said we weren't Browns fans. We don't live there. We don't live there. We not flying there to come sit out in the cold. With the way y'all treat Shedeur, who gonna do that? So it's not on Shedeur. Y'all said we were not Shedeur Sanders fans. There's a separation of the two. So ask your people in Cleveland and the surrounding areas why they're not coming to the game for $12 tickets. You would think those would be long gone already, wouldn't you? They don't want those tickets. They sick of this team. They should be. It's that they are treating Shedeur like a veteran, not a rookie. Stefanski is going to sabotage Shedeur. Facts. It's that Cam and Shedeur motivate each other. Difference, Cam can play freely. Shedeur has shackles on his feet. Agreed. Shedeur's a better QB than Cam. Yep. They hate when we show up on paper. Facts. He played 10 quarters, 2.5 games. Okay, he's saying Shedeur played for 2 quarters. Thank you. 10 quarters. 10 quarters. Okay, thank you for that. Kevin believes we the people are blind. Yes, and dumb. It says Stefanski is a snake that slithers with the tongue of a serpent that lies like a manipulator. No one on the team can play freely. That's a good point, actually. That's really a good point. Maybe on defense, right? Then again, maybe not them either, because I think Denzel Ward said he only had 1 target. Say, oh, because he spoke up about Shedeur. So it's evidence to show that he's retaliating against everybody that stands up for Shedeur. Let's see if I can see his stats. Because he did it. He said I only had 1 target. And I think he might be right. Let me see. Earlier in the season, assists, sacks, combination. I don't see his targets. Let's see. Okay, so at the beginning of the year, I'm just calling out the numbers of things he had going on. 2, 1, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. And now we're at 1. Ravens 5. Raiders 2. 49ers 1. So when he said he had 1 target, I don't think he was lying. I gotta look that up again. Let's see how many targets he's had. So that could possibly mean that after Myles Garrett, Jerry Jeudy, and Denzel Ward spoke up, they began to target them. Yep. They began to target them. Mm-hmm. Yep, I guess. That's just kind of crazy. So I don't know. We're gonna have to watch and see what's going on with Denzel Ward. I thought he was one of their best people, though. That's just kind of the way that I saw it, but maybe I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't play in the regular season. So, but we just gonna have to kind of keep an eye on the people that they are targeting once they speak highly of Shedeur. I don't think at this point anybody else is gonna say anything. So that's just what I think. It said so long as Haslam is in area mode. It said the multi gonna continue for the next 2 to 3 years. That's what he said. Hey y'all, hey Bridget, how you doing? You can tell who is full of it, who you talking about. Some radio station was saying today that they thought Sanders fans would sell out the games, and Cleveland would end up like Boulder with a lot of money and famous people coming to Cleveland. Why? Why they thought that? Why would anybody want to go support Cleveland? They own fans boycotted. That's a very good point. What y'all thought? Who said that? Let me know who said that or where. Give me a link to it or whatever. Shout out to Selmo. How you doing? He said, I'm watching the game to see two black rookies quarterbacks play the game that they love. So Selmo, since you from Cleveland, are you going to the game? Are you watching the game? What you got going on? Let us know, because we saw there's a lot of tickets left. There's $12 tickets, cheap 50-yard like sideline or what they call field level tickets. So Selmo, thank you for the super chat first and foremost. Welcome back. And since you over there in Cleveland and you closer to them than we are, what's going on? Let us know. Are you going to the game or are you just watching the game? And if you watch the game, join us live because we'll have a live watch party. But let me know, Selmo. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate the support. So yeah, for the people saying that Shedeur Sanders fans, you wasn't counting on how Shedeur Sanders fans go. They don't want to support you, right? Why would they support you when you don't like Shedeur? So you just wanted their money. I'm still waiting to hear about the halftime show with Outkast because I have not. It says Stefanski would rather pick Step and Fetch It over Shedeur, possibly. I don't think Deshaun has learned that. I don't think he know better than I do that he got his money because they retaliated against him more than likely, and not because they want to see him play, because that's the one thing they make sure he's not available to do because they keep letting him get hurt. He's not getting hurt on purpose. He didn't get hurt like that in Houston. Deshaun actually wants to ball out. And with the little help, you saw him talking to Shedeur. You can see he quit with it. He can ball out. They just don't want Shedeur to be the franchise quarterback because they drafted him late and it's going to cause a problem. The Browns, 4.0. The Titans, 4.0 point spread. The under is 34 points. The over or under. The Browns, 4.0. The Titans, 4.0 point spread. I wish I knew what that meant. I know what the over under is. The over under is 34 points. So there will be 34 points in the game. Okay. All right. So if it's 34 points in the game, okay. Okay. Thank you for that. I'll share it. It said Njoku out with his knee. Again, he played last week. So let's see. So Njoku's out again. Okay. It said dig the channel. Keep in mind, Shedeur is facing a 28 ranked defense in my Titans. Oh, you a Titans fan. Y'all, we got a Titans fan. It said while Cam is facing the number 2 ranked defense in the Browns with no run game, no wide receiver 1, no wide receiver 2, barely an O-line, and no head coach. So this is why Vegas has the Browns winning. So Stefanski is basically saying, I'm weakening the O-line so Shedeur don't put up 52 points on the Titans. I have no doubt that he'll let it rip. I'm just going to make it harder so he don't blow it out the water. Okay, Titans fan, welcome. We're showing you some love out here because we were looking for a Titans fan. All right, Titans fan, what y'all thinking? Are y'all saying y'all going to win or lose? What's the talk? Are y'all traveling to the game? Are y'all traveling as a fan base to the Cleveland game? These are all questions I have. And you can join us for the watch party if you want to. It's already scheduled. Just go to the page and click notify me and you'll get a notification. And we'd love to have you, in the chat with the Cleveland fans like Selmo and the Shedeurians and everybody else on Sunday at 1:00. So let us know if y'all can be able to join us. But we want to know, are the Titans fans planning on traveling to Cleveland? Let us know. But welcome. We appreciate you. And give us all the tea. Do y'all expect to win the game? Does the Tennessee fan base believe, oh, we can go to Cleveland and beat the Browns because Shedeur only played 10 quarters or 8 quarters or 3 games or something like that. Let me know. Let us know the T. Hey, Clara, how you doing? It said, Al Stefanski is lying. Teller is not injured. Facts. Teller is not injured. It said, McGuire is Garrett's friend. Him being out makes the defense weak to allow the Titans to win. Okay. Or is it so Myles Garrett can get all the sacks? What you think, Niceville? Is it that not so the Titans can win, but so that Myles Garrett can make sure he get his 4 sacks because they trying to pump him up to be MVP, which we are perfectly fine with. Let me know. It's that the most highly prepared table for Shedeur on Sunday, right in front of his enemies. Facts, facts, facts. So we know Shedeur can overcome Stefanski because he keep doing it. But Stefanski keep trying to outsmart Shedeur. Understand that's what's happening. So we're going to see. This is going to be a good game. This game is epic. A lot of people are interested in watching this game. They want to see the 2 rookies face off. I want to see a fair, allowing both of them to play freely and not Stefanski out here putting handcuffs on Shedeur. It said they taken out the only offensive lineman that supports Shedeur, Wyatt Teller. If I was betting on this game, I would take Tennessee +4. Tennessee +4? Tennessee +4. Does that mean they're gonna win by 4 points? Is that what the +4 is? You're gonna have to educate us a little bit, or me. Tennessee. Okay, so we got somebody in the comments. Is that 22? I think it's a different 22. Saying that it's gonna be the Titans because of the manipulation to the O-line. If you're just not joining us, hit the like button. Thank you. Please and thank you. But understand, there's some manipulation to the O-line. I'm sharing it on the screen. I'll read it out loud for those that are just now joining us. It says KT Leviston, which is a 3rd string right tackle, will be in the game for Jack Conklin, who is out with a concussion protocol. Now, understand this. They said Wyatt Teller was injured, and he said he wasn't. Then they said he was benched for underperforming. So we don't know what the hell going on, but he's out. Then they're taking the right tackle. So they're weakening the whole right side. Now, the Titans people, who plays on your defense that would match up to the right side? Or is that I don't know what their defense look like. But I wonder if their defense is going to be allowed to tee off on Shedeur by way of the center, the right tackle that's being replaced, and the right guard that's being replaced. So they're weakening the right side, just like at Colorado. So Shedeur should know what to do. He should know what to do. But I'm telling you, that's what's happening. They're weakening the right side. And technically, when you look at the depth chart, right? When you look at the depth chart and you see that Jack Conklin is out and they skip it over Cornelius Lucas and going to KT Leviston, the 3rd string, and they're taking out Wyatt Teller and putting in Tevin Jenkins or KT Leviston. I don't know what the hell they got going on, but they got a whole lot of shuffling going on with people moving up that are players that don't really, they're not expected to be the stars. They not like that, supposedly. Hopefully they like that. And then we got either Luke or Ethan. Look for the rotation because they rotated last time and Shedeur started getting pressure when Luke got in. They took Teller out and they probably put in Jenkins and Shedeur started getting pressured. So they tested it out last week. And now they made the change ahead of this game. And then, see, they left this guy. So let me just go ahead on and show you something. This guy, this position is going to be a problem. The right guard, right tackle, they expect it to be a problem. Ethan, whether they rotate with Luke or not, they expect him to be spotty. And then Joel, the one that was dirt diving. This is one of the 2 dirt divers. This is also the leader of the team. So I'm going to tell you what they are boxing Shedeur in. Because Shedeur can be behind the center and rotate to the left and get over here to Cam where Jordan Seaton normally play and make something happen. But with Joel dirt diving and on the take and Ethan being spotty because he set Shedeur up in the Ravens game, and then My second string, Tevin Jenkins, already allowed pressure, and KT Levingston is taking Conklin place instead of Cornelius, which means he already didn't know where he was supposed to be. Chaos. So Shedeur not gonna have no time. They don't expect Shedeur to have time to throw this ball. Or what they gonna do is in the first half, they're gonna let him throw it like they did last week. Then they're gonna shut it down in the second half. But they have manipulated this O-line, and they're not putting the team in position to win. You know how? Cornelius Lucas gives you a better chance than Jack Conklin, but you want to leave $10 million, $5 million a year, $2 million signing bonus, Cornelius Lucas on the bench, because you don't trust him to sell the game. But for some reason, you trust your third string QB to not get it done. This is another reason why Stefanski should be fired. There is ample evidence of sabotage. And I'm going to keep asking the question, Stefanski still got a job? Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. This is very telling that this goes up the chain. This goes up the hierarchy. This goes up to Haslam. This goes up to the 32 owners that took Shedeur off the board. This goes up to the NFL that gave out Shedeur Sanders' phone number to 2,000 people with a waiver wire attached. And that explains why Stefanski still has a job. So they risking it all. So Stefanski could try to take down Shedeur, even though we already know he like that. Just a complete waste of time. You're not going to convince us of nothing. We see the damn sabotage. Who are you trying to fool? You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? So shout out to Selmo. We waiting to see if he gonna give us some tea. We waiting to see if Selmo gonna give us some tea. And oh, here we go. Somebody else. All right, we got the Titans fans and the Browns fans showing us some love. Thank you for the support, and we gonna give y'all some shine because we want to hear. So Selmo letting us know. Hold on one second. Selmo letting us know, and where is I gotta go up. Hold on one second. Okay. Selmo letting us know he watching the game to look at the two black quarterbacks. He's a Browns fan. So Selmo, we looking for you to let us know if you're going to the game or if you're just gonna watch it. And I already know you're a member, so you probably gonna be at the watch party. So let's check with the Titans guy. I'm so proud to have a Browns fan, a long time in Cleveland Browns fan as a member in the chat, and now we have a Titans fan. So y'all welcome them. Y'all welcome them. Let me show some support for them too, because I want to make sure y'all know you're valued here, and we definitely want to hear from you. All right, thank you, Selmo. Thank you. What's your name? 22. I think you the new 22. Okay, all right. So let me see what these saying. So I gotta make this screen bigger so I can see. Okay. All right. It said, yes, there are some fans traveling to the game. This is from a Tennessee Titans perspective. It's a fan perspective. It said, we do not expect to win at all. You remember Dan Moore versus Myles Garrett from last year. But thank you. We can go watch it. Only defensive tackle Jeff Simmons will balls out on the Titans defense. Number one, no one else to fear on defense. All right. Okay. So here we go. This makes a lot of sense. So Stefanski is weakening the O-line to allow the Titans defense that's not that good to get a leg up on the Browns. That's why he's putting out the third string and not the second string. So he's trying to even out the talent to make it harder for the Browns to win. Stefanski is not putting the Browns in position to win against a weaker defense. He's leveling down to lower lesser talent. So to try to give the Titans the advantage. So technically, Stefanski is rigging the game. So it'll be harder for Shedeur to win which means Stefanski is rigging the game in hopes that Shedeur will lose by allowing the Titans an advantage on the skill set by playing with the threes for the Browns against the Titans ones, who are not that good. So Stefanski's rigging the game again. And I asked the question, how the hell does he have a job? This man is rigging the game against the team he works for. He is on the clock, cheating all of the Browns players and all of the Browns fans. And now you know why there are $12 tickets, why there are field level tickets for $60, because the fans see that Stefanski is rigging the games for the Browns to lose, while Shedeur is the quarterback. And as a reminder, they already have 2 first-round picks, and they're not anywhere near position to get the first overall pick. So they're not tanking. They are sabotaging Shedeur Sanders' draft stock, trade value. What did Andrew Berry say? Shedeur Sanders will increase his trade value. He will increase his draft stock. He will do better than the 5th round that he was drafted. And Stefanski is working against Andrew Berry's, the GM's, initiatives to increase Shedeur Sanders' trade value, to allow him to increase his trade value. Stefanski is rigging the games so the Titans can beat the Browns, sabotaging the whole team. Shout out to Myles Garrett, who's likely going to break the record. Yep. So thank you for that perspective from a Titans fan. We truly appreciate it. I'm glad we stayed on here. 238 people hit the like button. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all coming to tell us what's really going on, right? So let's just be 100% clear. Stefanski has manipulated the leaders of the team to underperform before we get to this Titans game that the Browns, even Vegas said that we're going to win, that the Browns are going to win. And you just heard from a Titans fan explain to you why it is the Titans are going to lose. And you have watched through various reports from Daniel Oyefuse and looking at the depth chart and looking at the injury list that Stefanski has benched one of the only O-linemen on the right side to block for Shedeur. And it has chosen, after getting busted, Jack Conklin, to bench him by saying he has a concussion, when in fact he got busted in the viral video for dirt diving. And instead of putting in second string Cornelius Lucas, Stefanski wants to give the Tennessee defense an advantage, so he's playing the third string O-lineman, KT Levingston, and the second string O-lineman, Tevin Jenkins, against the first string Tennessee defense. Stefanski is rigging the game so that the Vegas odds saying that the Browns will win, they'll actually lose. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Hey, Saint Ivy, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Did you want to say something, or just a super chat? I appreciate it. It says Shedeur will be all right regardless. I believe in him and Jesus Christ. Shedeur is protected and will be prevailed. Yep, we know that, but we still got to call it out because this man got to go. This man has got to go. It's just insane that they're talking about this, right? Bridget said he's probably one of them Proud Boys. He could be, and it's something like that. It's Klan, Proud Boys. It's something. He has some type of affiliation like that, because he said he's a servant leader of the Cleveland Browns, and nobody's a servant leader to a job. Absolutely nobody. So it could be that. It's that pay him now, pay him later. It will still cost big time. And this is the point that people keep missing, that the people who are colluding against Shedeur while he's in Cleveland. Kevin Stefanski, Joel Batonio, Jack Conklin, Ethan Posick, Jerry Jeudy, possibly Cedric Tillman, maybe Jerome Ford, the veterans. They gonna pay for this. Win or lose. They gonna pay for this. And Haslam should already have fired Stefanski because he got $12 tickets. He has field level tickets for $60. You can't get no field level tickets for $60. And he still want to keep with foolishness? Okay. But guess what? He gonna make that money because this is one of the most highly anticipated games. And he got Kevin Stefanski to be on the hook out here, changing up his verbiage to say, yep, Shedeur will definitely be able to let it fly. While he's doing what? Manipulating the O-line so they could lose, or it could be harder, or to give the Titans an advantage to win their matchups versus the O-line by going with the third string and the second string. Yep. It says Shedeur will be all right. Yep. We know he's going to be all right. It said, this is why Dylan Girl said everyone in the building wanted to see Dylan play. This is it, Cynthia. This is it. She knows that there's sabotage. She knows that they want Shedeur to lose. She knows that Stefanski has enlisted the leaders of the team to do what? With his imbalance of power so they can get re-signed with the team or get their guarantees. Coercion, intimidation. And if you don't do it, retaliation. I'm just going to say you injured and lie, like he said Wyatt Teller was injured. Now, all of this could have been nipped in the bud after Tony Brown was retaliated against and Stefanski was fired. But no, they wanted to let it continue. And now they want to speak up for Wyatt Teller because he's white. You see? And that's why when you look at the media, you look at the podcasters, you look at the analysts, the Browns media, the black people are calling it out. A black man that used to play for the Browns, Hanston Dixon, number 29, saying that Shedeur is good and is the franchise quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I promise you, they trying to counteract everything he say with another black person. But that black person, I don't think he played football. So you can't just go get some black skin and tell them to say this because the black man said this, so we need you to counteract it. And they came at the fan base rather than admitting that Hanston Dixon know what the hell he's talking about because he played for the NFL. So there you go. It said the fix is on. That's it. The fix is on. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, St. Ivy. I appreciate you. K. Russell said facts. It said, I pray Cam is safe also from Miles trying to get his record on him. Facts. Because let's see how many times Cam has been sacked now. Because last time we checked, wasn't it 48? Yeah, I don't want Cam Ward to be injured either. I want these guys to play fun and be protected by his O-line. Cam Ward has been sacked 48 times. Who did they play last? Let's see. I want to see who the Titans played last. Let's see. Let's see who they played last. The Titans. Oh, Titans fan, if you in here, how did y'all last game go? Look like y'all only won one game. Here we go. 1-11. They played. Oh, they played the Jaguars. So the Jaguars won that game. The score was 25-3. Let me share this with y'all. Let me share this with y'all so y'all can see these stats. So y'all can see what happened with Cam. And the Jaguars are on their way. I think they in playoff position. Because they first in their division. It's about time, I guess. Let's see. All right, here we go. 25-3. The Titans, I like to see when people scored, who scored first. The Jags scored first. The Titans were held to a field goal. Okay, so the Jags got on the board first. And here we go. Trevor Lawrence, 16 of 27. Hold on, let me share my screen. 16 of 27 for 229 yards. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. 16 of 27. Okay, that's about a little bit above, a little less, 50%, somewhere around there. Cam Ward, 38 reps, 24 of 38, 141 yards. Tony Pollard was the leading rusher with only 10 carries. Travis Etienne only had 12 carries and 28 yards, which is shocking because I thought they had a damn good run game. And Travis Etienne Jr., I think his brother played for the Panthers. Jacoby Myers in receiving yards, 6 receptions for 90 yards and 1 touchdown. And Okonkwo, 4 receptions and 29 yards. So if they receivers don't have it and they running backs only got 12 and 10 carries, I guess they had a heavy passing game because 229 yards and then Cam only had 141. I don't know what the hell they got going on, but let's see if you could look at this part. Trevor Lawrence. Okay, Trevor Lawrence was sacked 3 times. His rating was 111, and he was sacked 3 times with a rating of 111. Okay, 16 of 27, 2 touchdowns. Travis Etienne, the longest pass of the day was to 14 yards. So what is he, a check down king? Is Trevor Lawrence a check down king? Because how his longest pass 14 yards? Is he a Dylan? Is he a Dylan? I know we're not playing the Jags, but I just need to look at these. Brian Thomas Jr., because Travis is out. 2 receptions. Who made the touchdowns? Brenton Strange, 21. Okay, and Jacoby Myers, 50 yards. Okay, all right. So Jacoby Myers had three targets, and the longest was 50 yards. Okay, so and that's the receivers. Okay, so he threw some passes, I guess. Let's see what Titans say. Cam Ward, 24 of 38. Cam Ward was also sacked 3 times. Now, why is Cam Ward's rating 70 versus Trevor? They both were sacked 3 times. Is it because Trevor had more yards? Let me see something right fast. Cam Ward's accuracy was 63% with 141 yards. Is it because he didn't have no touchdowns, maybe? That's probably what it is. He didn't have no touchdowns. So it looks like the touchdowns, they ain't have none. It looked like the field goal people was doing it. So let's see what the receivers had going on. The longest one was 15, 16. See, Cam throws the ball further than Trevor Lawrence. You see that? Cam is closer to Shedeur than he is to Trevor Lawrence. So I don't know what they really got going on. Maybe they keep letting Cam get sacked like that. I don't know. So here's the thing. It's going to be an exciting game if Shedeur could throw the ball and let it rip. And if Cam could throw the ball and let it rip. But as you can see, Cam could throw the ball 38 times and not get a touchdown, but still get sacked 3 times. And, 15 rushing and 16 in the air. But he has several receivers with some long targets. These are good passes, I would say. What y'all think about that? I don't think Cam is a bad. They got Restrepo out there. They only had him 1 for 15. Oh, okay. I thought he not their leading receiver. Interesting. Okay. So here we go, guys. There we go. I just wanted y'all to kind of see 272 to 188 yards passing. Way more passing for the Titans. Rushing. It just looked like the Titans are lackluster. Only 3.4 yards per play. With all those long passes, that's just kind of crazy, right? And Cam had 63% accuracy. That's crazy. So you have a quarterback that's is accurate, 63%, right? And he can't get no touchdowns. I don't know what the hell going on, but we're going to find out on Sunday. We're going to see on Sunday what the hell is really going on with the Titans. So Cam can look like he can let it fly. 63% accurate. That's not bad. I think he was better than Trevor. I don't know. Anyway, they said, that's right. Pray for Cam as well. Facts. Yeah, I don't hate on Cam. I know people mad because, Cam and Shedeur, we're in Vegas. Let me see if I can find that. Cam and Shedeur were in Vegas. We just hanging out. It's Friday night. I already been out. I'm back. Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders in Vegas. That was funny. Maybe we'll watch it tomorrow. We might watch it tomorrow because we got to have something to do tomorrow. Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. I hope when I wake up, Stefanski has been fired, but I guess that's not going to happen. Maybe it's after this game. because I think he gonna set the Browns up to lose. Cam Ward versus Shedeur Sanders, Vegas workout. Yeah, we might look at this tomorrow because I'm gonna have to edit it. Yeah, we'll look at it tomorrow because I gotta edit it. All I remember is a lot of people felt like Cam was being mean to Shedeur because he was like snapping at Shedeur. He always, trying to say water is for rich people because Shedeur would be hot. They were in Texas sometime working out, and Shedeur wanted water, and Cam was kind of like putting him down. And people noticed something about Shedeur. Like, he's a really nice guy, right? And I think a lot of people try to test his gangster. That's the term I use. They try to test his gangster. They expect him to be a gangster. Shedeur don't even listen to shoot 'em up rap. That's why when he said something about shooting whatever, he said, "Oh, that's the wrong thing." He don't even listen to gangster rap like that, right? Look at the music he makes. It is totally different than what's out there, right? But I think they try to test his gangster. That's just what it is. And he's a nice kid, and Jerry Jeudy tried it. And you see when Shedeur stood up, Jerry Jeudy had to back up. Understand, Jerry Jeudy did that intentionally to undermine Shedeur's leadership because Jerry is a veteran. He knew what he was doing, and he feared no consequences. And Stefanski made excuses for him. Like I said, wait till somebody like Jerry Jeudy pop off on a white quarterback and watch what happened. Remember, the quarterback is the most important position on the team until it's Shedeur Sanders or maybe Cam Ward or Jalen Hurts. We'll see. 16-32 was the historic year, but actually Shedeur is number 17. So don't forget to take my poll, guys, and let me know if I'm going to refresh it, see if people answered it. Let me know if y'all believe Shedeur Sanders is the franchise QB for the Cleveland Browns. 124 people have taken a poll, and y'all, 92% say yes. Let me share it, and then we're going to get out of here. Yes. Here it is, guys. Okay, so let me know if y'all can see my screen. Yay! People are actually answering the poll too. Oh, they normally do, but it's fast. I didn't think it was gonna be this fast. Where's the oh, here it is. Okay. Can y'all see it? Okay, I'll make myself smaller so y'all can see it. Okay, there it is. Okay, so Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders. Is Shedeur Sanders the franchise QB for the Cleveland Browns? In 2 hours, 121 people say 92% say yes. Only 8% say no. And 16 people liked it, and somebody left a comment. So there we go. Who was the commenter? The commenter said, O.C. Tillman, Shedeur probably is, and I hate it because of the way they're doing him. Wish that somebody would pick him up. The Browns should have either drafted him number 2 overall or should have not drafted him. All right, so there you go. People say Shedeur is the franchise based on talent, the ability to win, the best quarterback they had in a minute, but they don't want him to be the franchise. And sometimes people don't want Shedeur to be the franchise because of how dirty and despicable Stefanski has been allowed to mistreat Shedeur, to discriminate against Shedeur, to devalue Shedeur, to hurt his trade value, to Haslam just letting the media just try to destroy the quarterback because he doesn't want the quarterback that they drafted. And they don't even want him to increase his draft stock so they can trade him. They had 2 opportunities to trade Shedeur. So they just want to hold him hostage. They just wanted to draft him to destroy him. And I ask, Stefanski still have a job? So that's why it is for me, fire Stefanski, but it is also fire Haslam. And $12 tickets just might get it. Let them drop to 45 cents like the Carolina Panthers did. And I bet they get their act together like the Carolina Panthers did. All right, y'all. So we're going to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. We'll be back tomorrow. It says Shedeur is doing it the right way. He is not doing it like his daddy said. He's still getting the midst of it. I mean, they different people, right? They're different people, Selmo. And I just think they play different positions. They have different personalities, right? So I don't knock Shedeur. I don't knock Shedeur. I don't knock Coach Prime, because I'm going to just remind y'all something. Coach Prime came through the NFL in what, the 90s, the early 2000s? This is 2025, and they still have Jim Crow isms. They trying to break down black starting quarterbacks. They want to downplay black quarterbacks playing each other if it's not the Cowboys. They don't want there to be 17, 18, 19, or 20 black starting quarterbacks playing on TV every Sunday or every marquee matchup. Imagine if it's like that in 2025. And Race Norman is something they got busted for, saying that the black NFL players were dumber than the white ones, so we don't need to pay you CTE claims. That was 2021. Imagine how despicable and disgusting and overtly racist it was in the late 90s or the early 2000s. Understand that. I'm not blaming Coach Prime for nothing, because look at how the media tries to tear Shedeur apart today. I can only imagine what it was like back then. Disgusting. Disgusting. All right, I guess that's enough for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for the support, everybody. Thank you, Selmo. Don't forget, hopefully you can join our live stream, Selmo. Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You already a member, so you know how to find us. And we got a Titans fan. Don't forget, Titans fan. You can come hang out with us. Y'all welcome DJ Silent. I don't know why I said it was 22. DJ Silent. Come hang out with us Sunday for the live stream so you can add your perspective. If you can't stay, just drop in and join the chat and let us know what you're thinking. If you got to pop in and out, we'll be there live the entire game. Who else I want to thank too? I want to thank everybody for showing up, but I want to thank these people for their support. I appreciate the financial support. Thank you so much. And Saint Ivy. Okay, thank you, everybody. And thank you for the customers of What She Said Sports. Some more orders were coming in. We got them all. So thank you. If you already ordered, you are already in process. So thank you for customers of What She Said Sports. And we'll be back tomorrow. I might pop up early. You never know. But since I'll be live Sunday for 4 hours, I might be back just at 10:35 tomorrow. But if something happens, if Kevin Stefanski should get fired, or y'all find out who's saying that Shedeur Sanders fans not showing up, y'all send that to me. There might be something I might want to react to. I've already seen some things and earmarked some things. People have emailed me. Thank y'all for emailing me. I've already started responding. I think there's some things I might want to respond to. So look for that. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night at 10:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hook or crook for sure. All right. Thanks for watching What She Said Sports. Have a good night, everybody. We can continue the conversation in the overall chat. Have a good night. Thank you.